That is one lucky Bambi. The female mule deer was pulled to safety after getting stuck in the semi-frozen Red Deer River near Drumheller, Alberta. A former firefighter saw a post about the distressed animal on Facebook. He went to the river, waded into the icy water with a rope and a raft, and he was able to lasso the deer, and a team on shore pulled her free. And joining us live is the man who led the deer rescue, Matthew Paproski. Appropriately enough, he is in Red Deer. So Matthew, saving a deer from a frozen lake. First of all, how did you first find out that she needed help? You were just on Facebook and you saw it there?
Yeah, it was the end of a really long, hard weekend. It was a Saturday morning, and I had an early lunch and was going to have a nap. Looked at Facebook, see what was going on, and just down the road, somebody mentioned the deer was trapped in the river. I actually texted right back, or Facebooked right back, and said, well, hey, we'd be happy to help. I've got some gear and it's a little training, and maybe we can work together and do something. And no one got back to me. So I tried to have a nap, but I couldn't sleep very well because of this. And I kind of tried again about a half hour later, and then they got back to me. They had no reception earlier, and they invited me. They said, yes, please come down, come help, do anything you can. So we threw everything we had into my truck and headed down, and yeah, it all turned out real well.
It did. We're looking at some of the video. It's just great to see. So, what was the first thing to do when you got there? What did you have to kind of make sure of? Because I guess you don't know how deep the water is, right?
Well, yeah, there were a lot of different things that happened we didn't expect. It's like I used to work in emergency services and firefighting a bit in the past, and you got to be trained before you do anything like this, because you can get yourself in more trouble. So I wanted to make sure we did it right. So not only did we have good gear, but we all took our time when we got there to kind of figure out how we could help each other. One person I taught really quickly. He learned how to belay a rope that round and tied himself to a tree. And I had a couple of ladies on the shore doing rescue in case they had to pull me in. So we all got together as a team actually and kind of figured it out. It changed though as things unfolded. Like it was a very steep bank to go down, and our ropes were getting constantly tied up. And then going out on the water, I went out on the ice. I've never done anything quite like this, and the ice actually started cracking underneath me. So I wasn't sure what to do then. I took it easy, and I got close to the deer. And then as I got closer, the deer it took off. So what do we do next? I took my paddle, I put it in the water. I said, hey, that doesn't look too deep. So I jumped in, somehow got around the deer, treading water, and it was running out of energy and life, and it wasn't at all a threat to me. So I was able to coax her back to shore, kind of wrap a rope around her neck, and working with the fellow on shore and myself on each end of the rope, were able to somehow get enough weight of the deer up on the ice. And then with the deer having a little spark of energy and helping itself, we all together got her out. And it was just a great moment, because just as she got out, she just took off with all her speed. But I think she wanted to go faster than her legs would move, and she ended up sliding on her bum across the river. But then she got up and ran off happily, and it made our day.
Wow, yeah, I mean, we're showing these images over and over again of her kind of jumping out, and then finally, as you say, she's skidding across, and I guess your team on shore is pulling her, and you're kind of coaxing her, right?
Yeah, it was a real team effort, and as well, anything could have happened to me possibly. Hip waders could have had water get in them, or any undertow pull me, and so we had people on shore. It was great. I felt very confident to do it, but I would never suggest anybody do this unless you were ready and you had a good team and you knew what you were doing, because you don't want it to become a worse problem and then have to involve firefighters and different things and use resources wrong. But yeah, we were in the right place at the right time to do the right thing. So
this just feels like the quintessential Canadian story. This whole story, it's just a wonderful story. I mean, how you say it made your day. How did you feel when you finally got her on shore, and what did she do? Did you just release her immediately?
She got off on her own once we lifted her on the ice. She was able to get her own traction and go. We just watched her run off. It was a great, heartwarming feeling. We let up a big yell. And it didn't stop there. This is why it's even a better Canadian story. We're proud to say that, we've had nothing but positive response to this. And there are a lot of people out there that do care about animals and care about other people. And I think we all do deep down. There's just a lot of problems that get in the way. like, we didn't even tell anybody about this for the first couple of weeks. We didn't really want any glory or anything, but we ended up having some footage that one of the rescuers, Laura Dugan, took from shore while she was trying to hold on to the cliff. And a friend of ours, John Shepard, edited it all together. Another friend named Brian Yanish helped us with social media. And within a week, we threw together this video, tried it out on a few people, and people were inspired by it and liked it. So we decided, what the heck, let's take this and share this message everywhere we can now. And we put it out only, 5-6 days ago. We're already closing in on 20,000 views, and every major media outlet in Canada has wanted to talk about it. And we have got nothing but great hearts and thank yous and everything in our social media feed. So
yeah, I was going to just
we want to thank everybody for thanking us.
I just want to ask you that. What's been the response like? I mean, what have people had to say very briefly about this?
It's been nice. They've been kind of communicating to us what we hoped would happen, is that they realize how important it is to help animals in distress, or anybody in distress. I mean, there's natural order of things, and deer get hunted or hit by cars and stuff. But in this case, she was visibly distressed. People on shore were very much in distress, and we could do something about it. So that was really excellent. And I guess my biggest thing, too, is that it kind of worked out timing-wise neat over the holiday season, because we released it just after Christmas, New Year's, and everyone was busy till then. And we kind of thought that it would be good, because when people are opening their presents with their new iPads and stuff like that, and iPods, or, phones, they would be experimenting, and maybe we could get this message across while they're doing this. Instead of just playing games, we're actually, helping solve problems in society and help animals. And that's been happening. And, by increasing awareness about animals, we can, this time of year, they're being orphaned off left and right after being bought at Christmas and being taken back. And there's animals being left out in the cold. It's very cold out right now. Let's just all open our hearts a little bit more about what those that can't speak for themselves need. And how we can help them. And I think in the end, we'll become better people and help each other more too.
Matthew, it's been great talking to you. What a great story and what a great message too. Thank you so much.